Ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for tuning in to another episode of Generational Wrestling Podcast. As always, is yours truly, the 28-year-old piece of gold, the franchise, aka the showstopper, better known as the GOW's resident tribal chief. And with me, as always, I got my tag team partner, my brother, my family. He is the flyest in the room, Mr. 1, 2, 3. Pin that ass down, K Breezy, aka King Two Code in the building. What's good, bro?
Man, what's popping? What's popping, man? I hope everybody had a great holiday weekend. Was safe, and positive and all that. Other than that, man, what's good with you, bro? What's been up with you in the last few days?
Man, what's happening, bro? First of all, bro, before I acknowledge you, man, I gotta acknowledge the homie Leo. Was good,
Leo,
my guy.
what it,
First
Leo?
of all, I just want to say, first of all, Leo, I want to say thank you for witnessing, that rampage and not spoiling the results. I am kind of annoyed that Cody won, because I didn't want Sammy's reign to end so quickly. But we'll talk about that, man. We'll get to it because at the end of the day, Cody doing what Cody need to do. So hey, it is what it is. But too cold, man. Let's talk wrestling news and rumors. Let's shoot from the hip. So first things first, I mean, you and I, we talked a little bit beforehand. We're going to dive right into it, man. WWE. And of course, Vince, he had a dance battle with God. Now he dance battling with COVID. And a possible return to the WWE Thunderdome. Word is that WWE officials are trying their hardest to not have to go that route. But hey, look, so we had a show. A lot of people, they've been posting videos, posting pictures. Uh, Dude, that even for a house show, the attendance looked absolutely dreadful. Of course, you also got to keep in mind too, it was a house show. On top of the fact that New York, the state of New York itself, has one of the strictest COVID measures when it comes to entertainment and businesses and stuff like that. You have to be vaxxed. And things like that just to even be in the building, a lot of the places. So with that being said, and of course the rumors of multiple WWE talent out due to COVID related issues and or protocols, which prompted an impromptu NXT championship match. You got Tommaso Ciampa and Pete Dunne. And then of course you had a replacement. You had Edge, who reportedly got flew in at the very last second to have a match with Kevin Owens in the steel cage due to Seth Rollins being out. Too Cold, you actually made me aware of what was going on with the Monday Night Messiah, with the architect, with the man, the drip god himself. So would you please, man, indulge me and let the people know, man, what's the word going around with Seth Rollins and a few other WWE talent?
Hey, man, Seth got that thing, man. Uh, but right now, I think he's just having him and Becky, quarantine. Not sure what the impact of that is going to be for her. Right now, just going through protocols.
Yeah.
Want to be safe, with everything, especially for them too, because they got the new baby. So, see how hopefully everything goes great for that. But good possibility he may not be at day one this
Day
Saturday.
one.
So that might end up changing to be a triple threat, or someone may get added. We don't know yet. We'll probably hear more in about 20 minutes or so when Raw comes on. And FYI, this is not a Raw review. We just decided to come on. While the people getting ready to watch what they're gonna watch. But yeah, so we're gonna see how that works out. But it's not just Seth. Roman Reigns. Got pulled from a couple of shows that he was supposed to do. So Mark is asking, did we hear about the John Cena news? Not quite. I know they talked about him might possibly coming back, but nothing concrete yet. But other than that, man, yeah, man, just a lot of changes this week, a lot of changes for the house shows and stuff. And man, yeah, to see Edge versus Kevin Owens in a steel cage match, that might have been nice. That well, it probably was nice, but definitely would have wanted to see that. But yeah, man, we gonna see, man. We gonna see. We got quite a few days before we
Right.
like I said, before we get there. So something may change. He may make it, he may not. We'll see, but definitely going to see how that impacts everyone because he's been so close with a lot, Kevin Owens and others, a lot. So we'll see.
Laura says, are wrestler's not going to be on Raw? Not sure. I mean, somebody's going to be on Raw. Now, who will
Somebody's
be
gonna
and
be
who
there.
won't be is the
They'll be. They
question.
may pull from NXT. They may pull from SmackDown. Who knows? You know how they do on the fly sometimes. It's WWE. They change it up 5 minutes before they go on anyway.
But you know what I found absolutely hilarious? Once again, and shout out to Triple H. I know. I mean, granted, it came at the expense of, a person, a human being, right? But I know Triple H has got to be like, damn, NXT got to be Captain Save a Ho yet again, huh? So, you spent all this time, tearing down what I built and trying to make this in your image, Mr. God. And now look, you had to take one of our oldest members, Tommaso Ciampa, and bring his ass up with one of the OGs, P. Dunne, because I see your ass ain't bring Carmelo Hayes up, and that ain't no diss to Carmelo Hayes, but I see you ain't bring that boy Duke Hudson up. I see you ain't do that. Nah. You know what the people want, and your ass had to give WWE and MSG what they want. I just thought that was kind of ironic, man, because it's like, again, when you had the Saudi Arabia incident, guess what WWE had to rely on? Oh, we got to rely on NXT again. Then you had to go bring back Edge, which I'm not mad at. I just find it funny, the circumstances scenario. But Tuco, I do want to ask you this. Once again, man, this is not anything concrete. This is all, rumors and speculation and blah, 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 blah. But as wrestling news journalists, that is what we're here to do. Report to you, try to keep it as facts-based as possible. But hey, man, it's the internet. You can't always believe what's on the internet. With that being said, so the rumor is that WWE recently, they have no longer been implementing the mandatory COVID test. Do you think that is an issue? Obviously, with us in our real lives, we have to deal with certain things relating to COVID and COVID protocols and stuff like that. Do you believe that the wrestlers should be mandated for weekly testing, whether they're vaccinated or not?
I mean, yeah, yeah, yeah. I can't say no. I really can't say no because if no one has close contact with other people, often is wrestlers. I mean, Jesus, you're holding dude in a hammerlock. You're
Sweating
wrestling.
on
You're
them.
breathing. I mean, you're breathing and sweating all over each other, dude, for like 10 to 20 minutes. Yeah.
Unless you, hey, wait.
It's
Unless you're part of the catering crew. Unless you're part of the catering crew, then you might,
no.
the
Then
closer
you're
you
sitting
label.
there. Then you're sitting there. You're eating the same food. So no, it still matters to everybody there. But it's no different than the NFL. It's no different than NBA. It's no different than baseball. No different than hockey.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead. I mean, especially for wrestling. I mean, like I said, you're in another person's face for 10 to 20 minutes. Yes, okay, yes. That's why I say I don't know. With Seth being the guy, is like, all right, Kevin Owens, they've been real buddy lately. Big E and Bobby Lashley, they've been, all been around each other. And nah, man, yeah, yeah. Yeah, do your thing. Yeah, go do your thing. Let's come on. Let's make sure everybody cool. We don't want this to be a reoccurring thing, which it has. I mean, we saw what it did to the NFL. Us got moved, the Browns, we had like 20 people that were just like recently out. And our Raiders game got moved from Saturday, which it was supposed to be on, to like a Tuesday or Monday. So it was like,
Right.
we're feeling it. NBA's feeling it. Like wrestling is no different. And which is, like we say, we're reporting that he may not be at day one. So obviously, man, you want to do the test, and you want to make sure everyone is safe as possible. But there's contradictions. There's contradictions to it all. Everyone has their their opinion about what they feel about it, and how it's supposed to work, and what they should and what they shouldn't do. But yeah, but should they do it? Yeah, they should do it.
All right, man. So, want to switch topics a little bit. Leo says, and I had to bring this up, man. Shout out to you.
What's up,
He
man?
said the cameraman doing God's work on Tay Conti and Anna J on Dark as we speak. Well, with that being said, I am God's son, aka the resident tribal chief of the GOW. And with that being said, my good sir, my fellow son, Leo, if you would, the son of the GOW, if you will please do God's work and help the GOW do their work, if you have any information you would like to send on over to the GOW's way, you let us know what God been doing, okay? Now, with that being said, speaking of Anna J and Take, I'm just playing. First of all, let me give a disclaimer, okay? Okay, because I gotta let the people know this is entertainment. So before Mrs. Too Cold go upside my head and stick her foot in my ass, I'm just playing.
I'm not the one.
God
Look,
damn.
I am not the one that's worried. That is, I didn't told you we didn't have this conversation already. I'm not worried.
No, 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 no.
Not at
Listen,
all,
hey,
sir.
hey,
Not
hey,
at
hey,
all.
this ain't got nothing to do with you. This is with me and the missus right now, okay? we having a one-on-one. We having a one-on-one. We need to make sure this show don't go off the rails, okay? I don't need
Hey,
anything coming up.
we good. We good. Hey, we good. All right,
Now,
it's
now,
good
now,
on
now,
this
now,
side of
now,
town. It's good on this side.
the one thing I cannot. I'm sorry. If it's a Sasha Banks statement in there, it's a Sasha Banks statement in there, y'all. You know what it is. But anywho, going back to the task at hand, man. Going back. Tuco, I want to talk to you, man, because there's an event coming up, right? And so as far as Impact, I want to talk to you about the women's division. And I want to talk to you not even just the women's division, but just Impact in general. They're not breaking through. They're there, right? You know, but there's some undeniable talent Impact, and the conversation has always been, okay, well, who do you want to see go to AEW, or who do you want to see go to WWE? But I don't think really people really look at Impact as a destination. But quiet as it's kept, man, you said it yourself. WWE has the more known women's roster, but I think we can both agree. I think Impact has the most solid women's roster. And then you look at the men's side of things, they got a couple of people who I wouldn't mind, coming up. Moose being one of them, right? You got Moose, you got Sammy Callahan, you had, you got quite a few in the X division. Can't forget about that. But let me ask you this, man: who are some people you wouldn't mind seeing? WWE, AEW, whoever. Who are some people do you think are really shake up the Impact roster? Because you already gave us your thoughts about a year ago on what AEW needed as far as the women's division. You gave your thoughts on what they needed as far as the men's division. And the crazy thing is, as far as the men, the two people you named are the two people who went to AEW. So, who do you think could be that next big player, man, that really have Impact get a second look from the mainstream audience?
Uh, I mean, well, let's be honest,
Besides
man.
the fact they got a shitty TV deal, because we
I
know that
mean,
plays
well,
a part in
the
it.
TV deal is one thing. TV deal is one thing, but as far as the Impact Women's division, it's fine. It's never really been it's never been really bad. As far as Impact always had the X division and they always had the knockouts because you always had the more aggressive women, on the show. Like Impact they always brought in the more aggressive women. So therefore, when you saw certain matches, you saw something different than what you would see in WWE, where you see more girly trying to hit, where you saw more stiffer elbows and Impact. And then, like Leo says, man, they get a proper TV deal, they'll be fine. They'll really be fine. Because I think now with the flux of people that they have now, they would do better now with a TV deal. But as far as the knockouts have always, that's why they're called the knockouts, man, because they don't have chumps. So honestly, anybody that leaves WWE or AEW right now going to Impact would be a nice boost. but it wouldn't be too much. It would have to be more WWE. So the only person I feel like would really go to Impact from AEW side would be Britt Baker. That would be the name, unless a Thunder Rosa or somebody like that. Somebody like that, somebody you recognize. But I don't see them leaving because of how they're building that division. So I was just mentioning some, but it would have to be on those type of level right now. But Impact don't need it. Like they've got a good core of women that they're rocking out with, and if anybody would go there, it's a better opportunity for them there than it is in WWE. Because take a Tony Storm in a knockout division.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Take a Rhea Ripley. Take some of the people we know we really like, and take them out of the entertainment aspect of WWE. Okay. Just the entertainment way of how they're portrayed, because we don't like a lot of them, and just take some of them and put them in Impact, and I think you'll see a total difference. Some of you would see a little different in attitude, and especially in style, because we watched some of these women wrestle in NXT, and it was like, man, this is damn. They can go. They can really do something. And then they get to the main roster and they're finessed a little bit, or we don't really get to see them flushed out the way that we know them to be, and that's what kind of hurts. Go to Impact, man, you'll see something different, and you'll see a star be born. Some got it, some don't. Not everybody makes it, but no, man, if anything, what they're doing now, what Mickie James and them are doing right now for the women's division, what's the other, Maria, who's doing
Maria Kanellis,
yeah. I mean, she's doing the NWA, so
and we got to show love to Gail Kim. She's been doing her
right. Most definitely. But just that you have women who were wrestlers, and two of them at least were really great women's wrestlers, and they were former champions, and they know what they're doing, and they see the opportunity to evolve their division into something bigger and better than what it was, and they're doing that already. So I don't have any particulars. I don't have any special names. I'm looking to see who's making me more. I'm seeing who's going to bring their attention to me. I'm seeing who's making me want to watch them because they're doing that. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for those. I'm like, man, see her. See her. She a bad one. Okay, cool. That's what I want to see. So that's what I'm looking for.
Leo says, I put it up and put it up again. I need to send y'all a video of that,
that bitch show. Best video up close I have of her to date. Yeah, baby. Yeah, we definitely need to get that one.
Hey, send it on to the GOW, so that way when she become that bitch's champion with that bitch's championship on that bitch's show TBS, we can go ahead and say we seen it first. All right, man. Tuco, speaking of, I gotta ask you this. All right, man. We 2 matches in, okay? I know the hype train is real, and we here at the GOW, we try not to subscribe to the bandwagon ideology. But every now and again, man, you get a talent that comes along and they have an undeniable presence. I think you know where I'm going with this. Hook, okay?
Yeah.
People been wanting a Hook, man. Look, let me tell you. The dude handsome as all shit. He coming out, man. Got the ladies screaming for him. You got the fellas. I'm talking about, man, Hook is coming out here. You would have thought this man is Dwayne The Rock goddamn Johnson. The dude only had 2 matches, and already Hook's gonna kill you. So with that being said, bro, is Hook, we talk about the 4 pillars, is Hook the next big thing? I'm not gonna call him a pillar, but is Hook the next big thing in AEW? Or at least potentially has the potential to be. Can you build AEW around a guy with a hype like Hook if he can live up to it?
We'll see where he takes it. First and foremost, the fact that they showed Tony Nese sitting in the crowd watching him, I'm actually kind of looking forward to that.
Tony Nese. Yeah.
The fact that Tony Nese is in the crowd watching them, I'm wondering if they're gonna set up a Hook versus Tony Nese, which I think would be a very good idea. You would need a
Yeah.
guy. You had Day Soul, who was Day Soul. All right. Hook looked awesome against him. Then you had Bear Bronson, who was a bigger dude, who, Hook had to, he had to change his strategy up to do what he needed to do.
Yeah.
He's still green as hell. Okay, let me say that now. All right, let me get that out there. All right, before anybody be like, nah, you're overblowing the Hook is garbage, whatever. He's green as hell. All right, this is his second match. Yeah, he looks exciting now, but if a guy like a Tony Nese wants to go toe to toe with Hook, now, like I say, I like that Hook looks badass, but at some point you ain't beating up everybody, bro. You ain't
Yeah.
just finna not you
Yeah.
can't just beat down everybody. Now Tony Nese ain't somebody when I look at him, he's like you gonna have about a good 10-minute match with this dude. Like you finna work
Oh
with Tony.
yeah.
You're not finna just squash him out. Like you finna work with this dude for a minute. He about to put you through the school. You about to see what your work game is like. So therefore,
Yeah.
uh, if that's what they're teasing for next, cool. But Hook right now, yeah, he's the next hot thing, man. We've been seeing him, kind of just be the background dude for Team Taz, come out and help interfere from time to time. What's up, mama? Uh and
Ma, what's up?
yeah, so now that we got two matches in, the theme music, people, the Action
And his
Bronson,
whole
that's
entrance is
got people going.
badass, bruh.
And there's like his
Yeah.
whole attitude, his whole demeanor, it's just a whole vibe. It's just a whole vibe as he walks out and goes to the ring and does what he do. So, yo, but he needs to be tested. He needs to be tested, but he's still green as hell. He just needs more time. He needs to go show up on Dark Revelation, and Dark, and go wrestle there and continue to do what he do. Right now, you're introducing him. We're getting to see him. Look, Hook for look, 2022 for Hook, man.
Look,
2022 is gonna be the year of Hook. It could be the year of Hook if they do it the right way. And not overdoing it, but making sure he's getting his repetitions on Dark and Evolution, and doing what he needs to do there. So when he comes to the TV and he gets to these bigger matches, he can have a good matchup. Like, dude, you give me a Hook with a Darby Allin, like, yo, like give me an Orange Cassidy, you know what I'm saying? So when you get to that point where it's like when you want to see him have those type of matches with guys like that, so uh but yeah, yeah, Hook right now, man. He's the man, but we'll see. Street Profits. I forgot they were even on Raw. Damn, I forgot about them. Where the hell they been? Uh,
I think Montez Ford been out for a little bit.
yeah. What about Bray Wyatt? Bray Wyatt, man. We don't know about Bray Wyatt. Apparently, there was supposed to be a debut, but it got scrapped. So
And apparently he's
2022.
doing a movie now too.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, he was doing a movie and he wanted to finish, doing what he's doing for that. So, which, hey, do your thing, bro. Do your thing. You made good money with WWE. You were their top earner, all right, and they decided to let you go, which still haven't figured out what, but he was difficult to work with. But I would be difficult to work with too when I got a character that's working and you're trying to kill you're trying to kill my character again. Like, damn, okay, the Husky Harris thing, it didn't work. Cool. I came back with something else. It got over massively fast. And then you killed that. And then he comes back with something else and it gets over massively over than the last thing. And now, especially when he came out with that lantern, I cannot just
Yeah.
I can't not
Yeah.
stop talking enough about that lantern, man. When
I
he
mean,
came out,
because you had
the Bray Wyatt head.
men and
Oh,
women.
that was so awesome.
I mean, because you had grown men and women looking like, what the hell? Because if you remember, and I'm pretty sure you do, it was me, you, and Joey V. We used to watch this together. We looking like, what the heck? Oh, that's his head. Like, dude, it looked like even we was kind of freaked out. Like, bro, like, all right, that's weird. That's freaky. So that's how
But
you
it's
know it
awesome.
got over.
But
It
it
got
looks
so
so.
bad that
But it went with the character. He killed the head. He killed this person off, and now we got this new dude. But man, but Brett, right now he's busy doing a movie. We'll hope to. I don't know, man. If he's got another trick in the bag that he can come out with and it gets over, like right now, look, there's still some glimmer of hope that he can go back to WWE. All right, let's not totally just say breaking news, Street Profits on Raw tonight. Yeah, that is breaking news because I don't know where the hell they've been all this time. I totally forgot that they were on Raw. Like totally forgot. Um yeah, man, but we'll see. We'll see when it's time. When it's time for him to show up, we'll see what he got for us.
man, I got another one. Well, another one or two that we can get off of this thing, man. I want to ask you about somebody. You mentioned Hook being in the background for Team Taz, and somebody who we haven't seen in a long time. I mean, he hasn't even been in the background. He's been literally non-existent. That is the Machine, Brian Cage. Uh, Once again, we give AEW a lot of props for they're bringing in and utilization of certain talents, but then we've also said much like WWE, there's been some talent, man, that's fallen by the wayside. To me, I don't know if it's a backstage thing, I don't know if it's a political thing, I don't know if it's a personal thing, but to me, I don't understand how you bring a guy like Brian Cage, who, by the way, was recruited by Team Taz. He didn't come in as part of Team Taz, which makes this all the more mind-boggling for me. He was a guy doing this single shit, got recruited by Team Taz, and then you don't see him anymore. What
Well,
are
he
your
came in as
thoughts?
Taz with his manager. That's how he came in. Taz was his manager when he came in.
Well, true, but remember, like for a second, they was kind of like letting him do his own little thing, and then got the whole him and Starks and Hobbs and all that. How do you feel about Brian Cage, man? Do you feel like he's somebody who, hey, look, maybe he should cut his ties with AEW, and we already know what he can do in Impact, maybe try WWE? Or do you think, man, he should bide his time, man, and and see what happens? But right now, it seems like they really haven't done much with Hobbs or Cage, so maybe it ain't. I'm looking a little more into it than necessary. Maybe it's just not his time yet.
I'm upset because I never got my Miro versus Brian Cage. I was mad. I was politicking for that.
I
Like,
remember.
man,
I remember.
you got Miro. At the time, he was the TNT champion. I mean, I understood why they gave it to Sammy, but I'm like, you got Christian, you got not Christian Cage, you got Brian Cage. Getting ready to leave Team Taz. This would be a great solo run thing for him to Miro's already been champion. He's been dominating through everybody. Brian Cage would have been that dude that Miro could have took a loss from and would have still looked it great because Brian Cage is an imposing guy, like somebody that can battle with Miro. I thought,
Right.
we would have that, but we got Sammy. Now, even with Sammy, we stopped getting Miro, and then Brian Cage, he had his match. It was Stark. The first match I liked, and then the second match that happened again, but yeah, I don't know, man. This is one of those cases where AEW, I feel like they dropped the ball on Brian Cage. You could have had him. You could have been promoting him to come back. I don't know if he injured or wanted to take some time off and regroup. I'm hoping there's plans for him moving forward in 2022. I'm hoping Brian Cage just shows up and wrecks shop on somebody and starts a new feud. Uh, and that goes from there. But if he happens to show up on Impact, hey, that's fine too. Wherever he shows up at, man, long as he get an opportunity to do his thing and show what he can do. But I do feel like AEW did kind of drop the ball with Brian Cage. It's not like there's not some people you don't have that he can go up and have good matches with. So you can do something with him. Finding ways to do stuff with other people. You could have found something to do with them.
Leo says he sent a tweet out that says, "To my fans, I see y'all and I hear y'all," something like that. Well, hopefully, man. God damn it, come on, Machine, come on. All right, Tuco, man, we're gonna wrap this thing on up. I got one final topic for you. That is, of course, Paul Heyman, one of the greatest minds in the history of professional wrestling, man. You seen what he did with ECW. You see what he did, in WWE, even in the managerial role at one point in time. You had the SmackDown 6, and now you see what he's done with Brock Lesnar in recent years, what he's done with a guy like a CM Punk, what he's done with a guy like Roman Reigns more recently. Storyline aside or not, what do we see as far as a career for Paul Heyman, man? Do we honestly see Paul Heyman get ready to hang it up soon?
Not really. I don't see it that way. I see it as a United States Championship match tonight, huh? No, I see it being a work. I mean, if he really does retire, that'd be something, but I see it being a work. That's all. I don't see it being nothing more.
Well, I'm talking about. All right,
it's
but
a work. It's a work.
No. That's true, but I'm talking about just in general. Like you don't see the him and Brock thing getting old.
I mean, yes and no, but no, because one, he's been with Roman Reigns see, the great thing about it is he's been with Roman for this past year. And because he's been with Roman for the past year, what's going on, Mr. Johnson? So it's been feeling different. So it already felt different. And then you get Brock coming back and Paul's not with him. That's been feeling different. But all in all, when they had that one moment where Paul Heyman was just, talking about Brock Lesnar and he was doing this Paul Heyman thing and the crowd was going crazy for it because that's Paul Heyman. That's what he does. That's Brock Lesnar. Paul Heyman has always been the mouthpiece and you've always respected that as a fan. So it doesn't get old. It got old, but at a certain time and point, Paul Heyman could come out and work the crowd something new every time. It would be the same snitch every week, but yet something about it would be like, damn, you know what, Paul will find a way. How does Paul find a way? I don't know, but he did. But still, no, man. And he's been with Roman for the past year. And because he's been with Roman for the past year, you've been getting that. And now you got the Brock. No, man, it feels fresh. But the question is, who is the work for? That's the question, man. We don't know that yet. We don't know who he's working yet. We don't know if he's working Roman or if he's working Brock. We don't know. But I feel like it's work. And we're going to find out Saturday, period. And we'll go from there. But, yeah, man, it's a work, man. It's a work. And it is what it is, man. It's making interesting TV. About the only
I'm not going to lie, man. Despite COVID and all the rumors aside, I'm very excited for WWE Day 1. It's been a while since I've been excited for a WWE pay-per-view. But excuse me. I'm excited, and the reason I say I'm excited is because of the unpredictability of it. Now that could be good or bad. Because I was excited with the initial card they had, but then again, we knows what happened when we think we expect something from WWE. So the fact that they had to use NXT at this recent house show. Now, granted, it was only a match or whatever, but still, if WWE's hand is forced. Now you have to put on a decent show if you call up NXT because now not only are the fans not getting the matches they thought they were going to get with the people they were going to get, but now you calling up NXT, so now you ain't gonna make them look bad on your Day 1 pay-per-view. I would hope not, but then again, you see what WWE fans get for hoping, but that's neither here nor there.
Hey, before we get out of here, man, one last thing I wanted to talk about. Excuse me, that we didn't get to talk about, man. And that was Cody Rhodes beating Sammy Guevara for the TNT Championship. And just your quick thoughts on Cody being a three-time TNT championship. Do you feel there's a storyline behind it, or is it backstage politicking? Not politicking, but backstage heat on Sammy because of the Ty Conti whole thing about him and his girl, which I feel one should not be a thing. And regardless, if they broke up, it is what it is. But I don't know, but I feel like, but I'm wondering what the story may be from it. What are your thoughts on it, man?
So as far as the Ty County Sammy Guevara situation, we said it. They grown ass men and women. I mean, who you decide to be with, not be with, sleep with, not sleep with, allegedly do things with, that's your prerogative, man. I mean, if it's consensual between the two of y'all, that's all that matters. Hey, ain't nobody got no cases. We good. Now, as far as backstage politics, the only thing I'm not mad that Cody won because it's doing exactly what you knew it was going to do. It was going to piss people off. And the fact that Sammy just got this title not long ago, and that's the guy you beat, really? Like, damn,
I mean, let's be
really? And
fair.
it was
To be fair, it's not like his title run was really all that great. Like he had a few good matches, and he's gotten to defend it, but it ain't like it was a really like exciting title run. It was just like, oh, Sammy won it. We're glad he won it, but that's about it.
But I felt like that wasn't Sammy's fault. I don't feel like Sammy was really in the position to show what he could do with that title. Sammy chasing the title, Sammy was out here having barn burner after barn burner match. And then when they got the title, they kind of sat on it with him. Like they kind of gave him, that Shinsuke treatment. Like, yeah, we'll give you the title and you a name and all that. We know what you can do, but we ain't really got much for you.
And he wrestled. I mean, he wrestled Ethan Page. He wrestled Tony Nese, he wrestled Jay Lethal. Like he had some good matches. I'm not saying he didn't do anything. He had some good matches, but I feel like something more could have came from it though.
That's what I'm saying. But my thing is when Cody had the title, both times when Cody had the title, like that, it felt special. Like the way they pushed that shit,
Darby
it felt
Allin,
special.
yeah.
When Darby Allin had it for that short amount, it felt special. When Miro had it, especially when Miro had it, that revitalized this whole goddamn AEW career. So it's just like I just feel like the urgency behind his reign, it wasn't there from a promotional or a marketing standpoint. I kind of felt like, yeah, they gave him matches, and the matches he had was cool, but I felt like it was just none of the matches really held much of an importance. When Miro went out here and wrestled, he was doing it for his wife and for his whatever. Cody, when he was wrestling, the first time around, it was building up the new guys. Then, he lost to Brody and all this, blah, 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 blah. And then, so, I mean, it had the story with Sammy. He's like, okay, you won, whatever. Boom. Now, as far as, to answer your question, as far as the Cody thing, to kind of bring it back, I was upset that it had to be at the hands of Sammy, but I'm not, because here's the thing. People want Cody to turn so bad, and little do they know he's turned and they don't even know it. Like, but the crazier thing is he's turned without turning. Like, that's the thing. He's giving you what you want by taking what he's giving you. It's like the greatest mind. It's the greatest sleight of hand, right? He's talking to you right here, and he taking with his hand right here. So to me, man, I can't wait, because you see each week, instead of Cody kind of being like offended by the boos, it's kind of like, come on, guys. Don't you like this? Don't you like this? Oh, damn. My ankle hurts. Oh, shit. I think I twisted my heel. Like, he say like little shit like that. They're like, all right. Okay, we see. Or like when he did the face of the heel tunnel and went to the face tunnel, but then in the match with Sammy, he was doing some very heelish shit. It was like, all right, like he's got this. We say he looks like Homelander. That's exactly who he's morphing into. Cody Rhodes is turning from the American Nightmare to AEW's Homelander. And you know what's crazy? Somebody brought this up, and I can't unsee this shit. Somebody said Cody Rhodes is nothing more than AEW's Triple H, and he should have a golden shovel gimmick. And where he just come out and just start burying talent. Dude, if Cody go on a rampage of squash matches, oh, take my money.
He's already done it. But now he'll do it as a face heel. He'll be a face heel when he does it. Yeah. I got it.
Yeah. Like give him like a 6-month run as a champion where he just actually just bury everybody in like 2 minutes, 10 seconds, flat, just going through shit. I think eventually
some people, yeah, but some people he would have to have a real match with, and then just pull some type of shenanigan in the end to win. But some people he would not. It would not be easy for him to win that easy.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Last thing. Then we get off. I promise. Do we see this version of Cody in this run somehow setting up an excuse for him to eventually challenge for the AEW championship?
Of course, yes. I said that already. Yeah.
Okay.
That's how he's gonna find a way around it. You know, he's gonna find a. It's a work, man. It's a hell of a work. It's a long con play, but we'll see how it plays out. We're gonna see how it plays out. Man, let's get out of here, man. We got minutes in. Raw starting. They got RK Bro in the ring challenging the Alpha Academy.
Damn, they got desperate. All right. Well, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for tuning in to a Shoot from the Hip edition, man. The GOW with yours truly, the 28-year-old piece of gold. He's King Too Cold. And Leo, don't forget, man, do what you do. And that's God's work. And with that being said, we'll see y'all when we see you. Peace.